The psychology of happiness. How to find joy in everyday life. Elina was a woman who, despite having achieved many things in life, often felt empty. At 38, she had built a successful career, a loving family, and maintained many friendships. Yet, there was a constant feeling of dissatisfaction lingering within her. Why do I feel this way when everything seems to be fine? She would often wonder. One day, Elina decided to make a change. She felt it was time to focus on improving her mental health and find a way to feel truly fulfilled. One of the first steps she took was to try something new. She decided to start paying more attention to the small joys of her everyday life. At first, Elina tried to recall moments that genuinely made her happy. She remembered the time spent with her children in the garden, the sound of their laughter, the simple conversations with her husband, and even the walks along the coastal road. As these moments began to resurface in her mind, she realized that happiness wasn't something to be chased far away. It was all around her in simple, everyday activities. Each day, she made time for herself. Without the stress of work or other obligations, she would take a small walk in her neighborhood, allowing her mind to wander. She discovered that this escape gave her peace and allowed her to connect with the present moment, enjoy her surroundings, and notice things she had never paid attention to before. Weeks passed, and Elina continued this practice, noticing how happiness didn't have to be something big or extraordinary. In fact, it was in the small things. The feeling of the sun on her skin, the warm drink she had every morning before starting her day, and the joy of being with loved ones without the pressure of time. Excited by the change she saw in her mood, Elina began to realize that happiness is an internal process, not dependent on external circumstances. Her life had filled with more meaningful moments, and while challenges still came her way, her inner balance had grown stronger. One of the last habits she adopted was to start each day with positive thoughts. Every morning, before opening her eyes, she would tell herself 3 things she was grateful for: her family, her health, and the opportunities she had in her daily life. Although it seemed simple at first, she soon realized that positive thinking was a practice that brought light into her daily life, giving her the push to see things from a more optimistic perspective. Over time, Elina understood that happiness doesn't come from outside, but is something we create inside. When you stop searching for joy in things you don't have, you start to see how much you already have. Every day, she gave herself the opportunity to recognize and enjoy the simple joys life offered. Lesson of the story: happiness is not found in big changes or external circumstances. It is found in the small, everyday moments that we often overlook. If we focus on the present and recognize the positive aspects of our lives, we can find true happiness and inner balance.